Why don't you tell them how we also help with the back cover, besides the front cover?
Covers are critical. The back cover, the front cover is what's going to make somebody just take it off the shelf.
Right.
So that's obviously very important. But the back cover is the bulletin board. It's the, the way you're going to sell this thing. And you don't have much space there to work with. And you have to have a hook, something that's going to make
You're
them want to
talking a soft cover book?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Something that's going to make them want to even read your back cover.
Right.
You have to grab them right at the get-go and intrigue them and give them a sense of what this book promises to deliver. And that is probably the most important part of a book. And some people waste it with a big author bio and a couple of sentences. And if you have them, some quotations from reviews, that's nice. But you have to take that little bit of space very seriously.
You do both hardcover and softcover?
We do hardcover, softcover. And again, the advantages of printing the way we're doing it today, I'd say the smallest run we have done is 25 books.
Okay.
We've gone all the way up to 2,000.
2,000.
Yeah. Generally, when an author comes to us, our suggestion is go small. Develop your marketing program. See what's going to happen. It doesn't cost you that much more to come back and go, let's say you do a run of 100, 150 books. It doesn't cost you that much more to come back and do another run of 100 or 150 books in today's world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be like the one fellow who we couldn't convince to do that, who I think still has 749 of his 750 books sitting in his basement.
You mean he's got doorstops?
A lot of doorstops.
Big boxes of doorstops.
Big boxes of doorstops.
For a wonderful book, he just never had time to market it.
And that's one of the big keys, too, about self-publishing. You've got to market yourself.
Let's go straight to the marketing end of this discussion.
And people don't realize, even from what I've learned through the process, when I was looking for an agent and didn't find one, but was recommended by 2 agents to keep searching because they felt I had something that was marketable. And then I decided to go into the world of self-publishing because Kathy Brodsky, who was a guest on this program, mentioned it. And I learned with publishers, they give you a couple of months to really make a splash in the market. And if you don't make that splash, they don't spend a lot of time on marketing your book. It's cost.
And the
they're not about to waste it.
Won't keep it.
Right.
They'll send it right back to the publisher.
So, but in self-publishing, you've got to be able to market your book. And even with regular publishers, you have to be able to market your book as well.
That's right.
I mean, you just can't say, well, they're going to sell my book to all the big chains and you're going to sit back and collect royalties. Well, it doesn't work that way.
They have marketing budgets, and if you're not a Dan Brown or somebody like that...
You got it. I mean, Da Vinci Code is going to have a sequel to it. I read in the newspaper. Their first run from Random House is 5 million copies.
Hard copies.
Hard copy, okay. I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
and one of the interesting catch-22s of publishing is that you can't get a publisher if you weren't published.
Yeah, I've heard of stories like that before too.
You're not a published writer, they're going to go for the other guy. The statistics on what gets published annually are dismal. And it's very discouraging, so that's what drives people to self-publish.
Well, I think Amazon bought out BookSurge in 2005, and BookSurge was created by a bunch of authors who couldn't get published and created that company and then wound up selling it to Amazon. Amazon wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't a moneymaker.
Let's face it.
Okay? Ex Libris has been in business a little longer than BookSurge, and they're owned by Random House. So you know when these companies own self-publishing companies, that's a big market.
You want to talk a minute about marketing and discounts? Because that has to do with the pricing of the book.
Okay.
People come to us and they say, how should I price my book? $15.95, $16.95, $17.95. You really need to sit down and do some math before you decide on that price. And before you put it, again, it becomes part of your barcode and it goes on the back of your book. Because if you're going to go around and give talks, which is the best way to do it, all the money's yours. If you're going to go and list your book on Amazon, then go look at their website and they'll tell you how much they're going to charge you and how much you'll receive. If you're going to sell to a bookstore yourself, be prepared to give that bookstore a 40% discount. If you're going to sell to a bookstore through a distributor, be prepared to give a 55% discount. And all these bookstores want their books returnable. And you pay the freight both ways. So you really have to do some math before you decide on the cost.
The ideal self-publishing person is somebody who gives talks, seminars, whatever, and sells books at the back of the room.
That's an advantage I have, having been in the business world for over 40 years. I'm a ham. You can see that here today. Yeah, but I'm comfortable doing that. I had two individuals, one man and one woman last night, and my writers group tell me they couldn't see themselves doing book signings. And I said, then don't spend the money to get your book published.
Exactly.
That's right.
Because it's going to sit in your storeroom and it's not going to move. I mean, you have to do the legwork.
You can't be shy.
I'm
about
already
it.
setting up presentations with Rotaries.
That's right. Anywhere you can go.
I'm going to do Rotaries, I'm going to do VFWs, I'm going to do Lions Clubs, Kiwanis, anybody that'll listen to me.
Yeah. And you've got a topic that is so timely,
That's right.
and you'll get listened to. No question.
So it's, you have to do that, and people have to be aware that you're just not going to pay to get it published, and then you're going to sit back and collect royalties. If you have a sales and marketing background, it's a lot easier, but the average person could do it if they believe in what they do.
All I know is that when somebody comes into us and within the first 5 minutes we hear the name Oprah, we know we have problems. People think that Oprah's going to discover their book, and it'll
A
be
couple of
Oprah.
people have said to me, we'll see you on Oprah.
Yeah.
I don't think Oprah will care for my book, so that's what I tell them.
Yeah.
I don't see it as an Oprah-type book.
But that's a tip-off.
Now, if I can get on the O'Reilly factor,
There you go.
as a matter of fact, I've called Joe Lieberman's office, senator from Connecticut, and being Jewish, and the book involving Israel as well, he is getting a copy for he and his staff to read.
Very smart.
Yeah, so that's one of my contacts. My wife says, you keep marketing.
Yeah. And you send things, you send out teaser copies to people who are influential, who have shows where they talk about good books to read, whatever.
So when somebody comes to us with a book,
Yes.
even before the editing process that Nancy talked about, our first question is, what's your marketing plan?
Right.
Now, that should have been something I should have been thinking about a long time ago, but authors are writers, and they don't like thinking about marketing plans.
They want to write.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. We understand. They want to get to the point where it says the end, and somebody will take it over, and they'll be successful. So we do sit down with them or talk to them through email and say, have you thought of this? Have you thought of doing this? And we'll help them in some of those areas. We will not do the marketing, but we'll give them clues on ways to market.
Right.
We don't pretend to offer marketing or distribution as part of our packages, but we share the experiences of all the authors we work with.
It's been a pleasure. It doesn't seem that time has gone by
Oh,
so
it's
fast.
gone so quickly.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
A
us.
great deal of
Take
pleasure.
care.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.